What if I told you that Ram is gearing up to move production of the Ram 2500 HD trucks out of Mexico and into Michigan? My dear sources within Stellantis has told me that they have already been inside the Warren assembly plant, scanning the plant's floor in secret, and it could mean a massive win for the UAW, its workers, and a big shift in Ram's truck strategy. Okay, more than 49,000 friends and the 57% of you guys who are watching these videos but have not subscribed yet, help a butter out to try to reach my first milestone of 50,000 subscribers. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button because you don't want to miss out what is coming next. Now let's take a stroll down memory lane. Earlier this year, TK's Garage reported that Stellantis' new CEO, Antonio Filoso, was spotted touring the Warren Truck Assembly Plant in Michigan. He was not just there for a photo op, he was there to tour the facility, and the word around the campfire is he was reportedly asking officials what other products could be moved to Warren trucks to help boost production because of tariffs.
And I got literally like 20-something emails in like a 5-minute period where they were like, hey, Antonio Filosa is here, and two of the people that I guess were in the group of people that were walking around also sent me like a little audio clip that they recorded from their iPhone where they were talking about how feasible it was to put the 2500 and the 3500. That's why it's got credibility. I ran that up the flagpole to my sources, and my sources are saying the same thing. They're saying, yes, it is something that they are looking at, but if it happened, would probably be at least 12 months out because they'd have to retool. And then they'd also have to figure out what they do with the existing product that they manufacture at Warren. They have to either move that, or maybe they keep that and they bring back 3 shifts. I don't know. But I'm giving you the information as we get it.
Right now, Warren Truck builds only 2 vehicles in their entire lineup, the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer. But both models have been a sales disaster this year. And according to the first half 2025 numbers that was published on Mopar Insider's website, the Wagoneer demand is falling off of a cliff. Both models have been suffering over a 50% drop in sales from last year to this year. And I've heard from employees over there at Warren that they have been in an on and off relationship with the time clock since the Wagoneers are not selling. The approved journalists can't argue that the Wagoneer is not a disaster because these numbers never lie, and common sense would tell you that 50% less sales in the same time period is not a very good look. I'm just saying. Meanwhile, over in Mexico, tariffs are heating up. The U.S. is actively renegotiating trade deals with both Canada and Mexico, and Ram builds most of their HD lineup in its Salto plant over there in Mexico, which they also build all the engines for that particular vehicle over there in that plant too. So if tariffs goes into effect at high levels, like with Canada getting slapped with a 35% tariff, then those Mexican-built Ram trucks could be forced to, let's say, the price get raised on them to a high enough level, although 3500 models, and that would be very, very catastrophic in the ultra competitive HD truck market where all these guys' prices are within a couple $1,000s of one another, right? Ram is already in danger of being overtaken by GMC if they continue to lose sales and market share, and they could become the 4th best-selling truck in America. You literally got Ford, then Chevy. Both of them are ahead by a country mile. Then you got Ram down in 3rd place with around mid 360s, 370, 100,000 sales in a year, and GMC's right there on the heels at 340. So if they lose 20, 30,000 sales, Ram's going to be the 4th best. So I know they don't want to do that, but I mean, what else can Ram potentially do to stop GMC from overtaking them? Which they could do, for one thing, is shift production of at least some of their Ram HD trucks, like the 2500, that I'm pretty sure is pretty much probably one of the most popular models that they make, back to the United States, which I don't know why it isn't all the models, the 2500, 3500, dualies, single cab, half cab, all them stuff. Like, I don't know why it's not all those models, but at least it's going to be some models going to be coming back to the United States. But like I said earlier in the video, I've been told by my sources close to the plant that Ram went in there to Warren assembly plant during the most recent downtime. I believe they had like a shutdown, like a week or whatever, but they were not in there just for doing maintenance or whatever. They was in there to begin scanning, like 3D mapping the facility, which I believe is probably like a procedure that they do whenever they're going to bring in either a new product or maybe build a new production line for that particular plant. Now, I know over there at SHAP, the Sterling Heights Assembly Plant, where they make like the Ram 1500, the TRX, the RHO and stuff, they made a whole brand new line over there for the Ram Rev that was supposed to go to Warren Truck. But that Ram Rev has a new production line over there away from the main production line, which has not seen much action in the last few months and stuff. But I'll show you a picture of this mule right here that was made on that new assembly line. But I hope this is true, that Ram will start mapping out bringing product to Warren Truck and preparing to build at least a Ram 2500 HD truck alongside the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer, giving that production plant much needed volume. Speaking of which, I've not heard of either a single overseas or over the border vehicle actively getting pushed by Stellantis to bring back to America, right? You got so many vehicles that they make across the border. I haven't really heard of them actively bringing something back in the near future, right? These automakers knew since November that Trump was planning to do tariffs, and they sat around and did nothing for several months thinking he was bluffing. There is plenty of capacity at these North American plants, especially at Warren Truck, to build new product. Now, I've talked to dozens of people who work there at that particular plant and other plants, and they're kind of fed up with this nonsense of like getting passed over product, their product getting sent over the border like Mexico and Canada and stuff when they can actually build it themselves. And especially at Warren Truck, I know they're kind of pissed off they couldn't get the Ram Rev, which is probably a good thing because I don't think that truck's going to sell in good numbers anyway. And an HD truck is a lot better fit for that plant, especially if you guys want some actual production numbers out of it, right? But I know they was kind of pissed off they couldn't get the Ram Rev. That went to SHAP. I know they got pissed off they couldn't get the Ram 1500 overflow capacity. That went down to Mexico and stuff. But honestly, I hope that either Dodge or Chrysler, for example, gets like a cheaper version of the Wagoneer to maybe compete head on with like the actual Tahoe, and then maybe Chrysler get a version to compete head on with the Yukon, which will still give the UAW like more product at a quicker pace, because it's a lot easier just to go and take some few little key changes on the Wagoneer body, rebadge it for Dodge and Chrysler, and give them more volume for a particular product, because GM makes literally the exact same body for what Chevy, GMC, Cadillac. So you got the Tahoe, Suburban, Yukon Denali. Then you got the Escalade. I mean, they got all these same vehicles out of this one body. Why can't Stellantis do the same thing with the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer and give it to Dodge and Chrysler? I mean, heck, I'm just saying. But this will be a huge strategic move across the board and a win for Stellantis. Now, Ram on one hand gets around future Mexico tariffs. That's in case anything changes back and forth. And Stellantis could, in a couple of years, offer an all-American built truck if they move the truck and the engine from Mexico to America. That's something that not even Ford can say that they have an all-American built Ford truck, because their engines are built in Canada. Now, Warren Trucks, on the other hand, they get a second product on the line that actually sells, and actually sells in volume. The UAW gets to keep jobs onshore and can boost hours and staffing because of the demand with the HD truck. Heck, Stellantis could even restart one of the most successful ad campaigns of importing vehicles from Detroit all over again. Just saying.
This is the Motor City. And this is what we do.
But more importantly, this would signal that Stellantis is finally investing in its U.S. production plants again after years of job cuts, offshoring products to Canada, Mexico, and overseas, and plant closures like Belvedere. But I wouldn't be surprised if we hear something official in the next couple of months, especially if trade tensions keep escalating. With how things are going with Canada, I wouldn't be surprised if products like the Charger and the Pacifica are moved to a U.S. plant to get around tariffs affecting those countries. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think Ram moving the HD truck production to Warren Truck is a smart move? And would you rather buy a truck built in Michigan or built in Mexico? Could this be the beginning of a Ram imported from the Detroit campaign if they build most of their models and engines here in the United States, especially in the Detroit area? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. And if you want to hear about a Hellcat powered street truck that someone spotted leaving one of the Ram assembly plants, you can check out this video right here. And until the next time, I am